Scorpio, what's happening, what's crack-a-lackin', and what's poppin', baby? It's your boy, for CancerMoonsTarot, coming at you guys with your May 2020 love tarot reading. I hope you guys are well, if so let me know down in the comments down below. Keep in mind this reading is general. If it resonates, that's awesome. If not, it's not your message. Feel free to check out any other amazing tarot readers that we got here on YouTube, okay? These messages may resonate backwards or vice versa, so take them how they resonate if they apply to your particular situation. If you guys would like, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, which is all linked down below, and you guys can also check out my sister and her boyfriend's YouTube channel. That is the first link in the description if you guys want to take a look into my family's life. Nonetheless, Scorpio, let's get on into it and see what messages we got coming through for May. I hope you guys have been doing well and staying safe during this time. I also do want to thank you guys very much for popping out on the April mid-month. You guys are the most viewed video for the mid-month of April. Thank you guys for the 63,000 views. I appreciate you guys showing up. Let's take a look here and see what we got going on. Messages for Scorpio here. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Throughout May 2020. Messages for Scorpio, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout May 2020. Alright, Scorpio gang, let's go ahead and get ourselves one last shuffle and see what messages we got coming through, man. Hopefully we got some awesome stuff. Scorpio, the overall energy for you guys here is the Seven of Wands. So you can be connecting possibly with a fire sign, Aries, Sag, or Leo. Your current energy here is the Eight of Swords. The person you're dealing with here is the Wheel of Fortune. And the outcome that's present here is the Tower card, which is Scorpio energy. So you can be connecting possibly with an Aquarius, Taurus, a fellow Scorpio, or a Leo, is what I'm seeing off the bat. So what this looks like to me is that throughout the month of May, it appears that you're spending a lot of time in your head. You're very observant. What exactly it is that you're observing, not too sure, but you're very observant, okay? I can see that you're taking a look at the environment around you. You're kind of keeping an eye on people and watching how people are reacting and responding to certain types of situations. I feel like with the Eight of Swords, though, there's also this restriction that you're feeling because you have your Eight of Swords and the Seven of Wands. And when these two are paired together, it kind of is showing up as you have so much that's going on in your mind, but it's like you don't have the words to describe what you're experiencing or what it is you're feeling. So some of you guys over here may be having a million things. You may be thinking about a million things all at once. You may have so many thoughts, but when it comes towards, speaking what you feel, you find it very hard to do that. So some of you guys may be having throat chakra issues moving into May. You may be finding it very difficult to put how you're feeling into words for some of you, because ultimately when that tends to happen, chances are there's a transformation that's going on. And with the Tower card being here, which is let alone a Scorpio energy, I do feel like there is some sort of transformation that's occurring in your life. And with the Wheel of Fortune here, that definitely means that new things are being born as old things are being destroyed. So you seem to be entering a new cycle moving into May. And whoever the Wheel of Fortune is, you are closing out a cycle with a specific person. So Scorpio, we're going to have to take a deeper look into it in regards to the person that Scorpio is dealing with. Why are they showing up as the Wheel of Fortune? Clarify that. And you got here the Six of Wands. Could be a fire sign you were dealing with, Aries, Sag, or Leo. I do feel like whoever you were dealing with, though, you're dealing with somebody who's kind of on their high horse right now. Someone who's traveling, someone who wants attention from others. So that was the change in this person's demeanor. Originally you were connecting with somebody who was, giving all their love, attention, and affection to you. And then they kind of switched up and they wanted it from other places. So this was a person who has a craving, who has a hunger for a lot of attention, and they feel like they couldn't be satisfied by you. The answer here is eat a fucking Snickers. You know what I'm saying? A Snickers will help your hunger. But I definitely feel like whoever you're connecting with, they're that type of person who's not oftenly very satisfied. They can be satisfied for an X amount of time, and then they're consistently needing more. So what it seems like to me, Scorpio, is you are connecting with a person already who could be identified as an energetic vampire, because this is a person who needs more and more and more attention, affection, love, energy. And you gave them a lot, but it was almost like they consistently needed more of you. So this was a very draining energy around you. With this outcome being present, with the Tower being here, no longer are you allowing yourself to give your energy away to this person because you guys are definitely seeming to be splitting here and moving forward from one another. So I do feel like you were connecting with somebody who required a lot of energy, a lot of attention, a lot of time. It was too much, way too much. So what I'm going to do here, Scorpio, is I'm going to go over the person you're dealing with. I'll take a look at how they feel towards you and what's going on with them throughout May 2020. Then I'll take a look on how you feel towards them, what's going on with you throughout May 2020. We'll see where energies are aligning, and then we'll see the outcome. So in regards to the person Scorpio is dealing with, how do they feel towards Scorpio, and what is going on with this person throughout May 2020, please? Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout May 2020. How does the person that Scorpio is dealing with feel towards them? And what is going on with this person throughout May 2020? Let's take a look here. So we got here Queen of Pentacles, we got here Knight of Wands, we got the Page of Wands, the Six of Swords, the Justice card, we got here the Knight of Pentacles, and then the Hierophant and the Hermit. So in regards to how they feel towards you, they definitely feel that you gave them a good amount of your time. I definitely feel like the person you're dealing with could acknowledge that you put in a lot of effort in this connection. But remember how I said, even though you may have put in a lot of effort, it still wasn't enough for them? It still wasn't. And they still feel that way. You know, they acknowledge that you put a lot in, but they don't feel like it was enough for them. And in regards to, you know, what's going on with them currently, Page of Wands, Six of Swords, you know, they're looking to be forming more connections with other types of individuals. You know, they're moving forward to different people. And here's the thing, with the Page of Wands, you got to keep in mind, you weren't connecting with a king, you weren't connecting with a queen, you were connecting with a page. And a page is usually somebody who is more immature. It's usually a person who's not looking for seriousness. It's a person who just kind of wants to have fun. And I feel like who you're connecting with here, let alone it being a Page of Wands, you know, you're dealing with a person who isn't necessarily in the mindset of a committed relationship just yet. And that's kind of proven here because the Hierophant card and the Hermit card, you know, the Hierophant card can talk about a loving, committed relationship, and the Hermit card talks about being distant from that. So whoever you're connecting with isn't ready to settle down and have a matured, loving, and committed relationship because they're kind of busy going from connection to connection to connection to connection, forming all these intimate types of bonds, but never feeling satisfied. And here's the problem. When someone doesn't feel satisfied with another person, especially when they go after person after person after person, chances are they're not satisfied within themselves. So whoever you were connecting with here, Scorpio, chances are they got a you problem, right? They have to deal with themselves. I think that this person has to learn to be satisfied and fulfilled within themselves, or they're never going to find fulfillment in anybody else. And here's the thing, you know, it's not always about finding fulfillment in other people. The idea of relationships are two people that love each other, the idea of relationships are two people that love themselves, but complement one another and love one another, okay? So that's how I see relationships. Two halves aren't making a whole. You know, two broken people won't make a very great person, but two whole and complete and healed people will complement one another and, you know, spread a beautiful, abundant flow of love with one another. So whoever you're connecting with here, they're in a position where they're half empty, you know? They're half empty, half full. And whoever you're connecting with here is not going to be able to be fulfilled in anyone else until they find fulfillment within themselves. So you're connecting with a person who's kind of going through this cycle of connecting with people, forming intimacy with people, and, you know, there may be feelings there, there may not be feelings there, but they're consistently doing it, and they're not having luck in finding fulfillment. We also got here the Justice card and the Knight of Pentacles. So in regards to who you're dealing with, I feel like what they truly want is stability. I think they do. I think your person does want stability. I think they do want balance. I think they want something that's grounded, but they can't find it. And like I said, they're not going to be able to find it until they find it within themselves. So on the flip side, Scorpio, some of you may have felt played by this person. Some of you may have felt that this individual could be titled as a fuckboy or a fuck girl. You may have thought that this person was a player. And, you know, on the egotistical side, this person probably does play people because they know that they can get away with that. So in their ego, they've probably played people before, but I think it goes much deeper than being a player. I think that the person you're connecting with is just not whole. They're not whole, they're not complete, they're half empty, they're half full, and they can't find something that makes them feel whole. And they got to find that within themselves. It's important for everybody to find that within themselves. Because when you are whole and complete within yourself, everything else is complementing you and adding to your happiness and adding to the love that you have for yourself in life. You get me? So we're going to take a look at how you feel towards this situation, right? So I'll see your feelings here, Scorpio, and what's going on with you throughout May 2020. Then we'll take a look at where energies are aligning and such. So let's take a look at you over here, all right? In regards to how Scorpio feels towards the person they're dealing with, let's see. Messages for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout May 2020. How does Scorpio feel towards the person they're connecting with? And what is going on with Scorpio throughout May 2020? Boom, first card out, Queen of Swords. That's very blunt. That is very blunt. Excuse me. So, Queen of Swords. You're not really looking at this connection in a way of wanting to go back. The Queen of Swords is like, I'm over it. You know, you cut it, you cut the cord, you cut the switch, it is what it is. You got here Five of Cups. Of course, it was disappointing as well. And I think it's going to be disappointing for anyone when you put a great amount of time into somebody that seemed promising, but then you recognize that it wasn't promising at all, and your time was wasted. You know, anybody that experiences that is going to feel jaded. And I think you felt jaded in this situation, to be very fair. You know, there was a huge amount of disappointment because you put so much time into this person and you thought that this was a connection that was going to grow and nourish, and it didn't. You know, it kind of did a 180 like the Wheel of Fortune is representing. You know, remember, this person loved your time, affection, and attention. They were consistently craving it from you. You were supplying it to them, and then out of nowhere, your love, attention, and affection didn't really have any more value as it wasn't fulfilling this person. It was almost like the meaning that you originally had was no longer there. So you felt like, I don't mean anything to you anymore, you know? We got here Six of Cups, we got here Five of Wands, we got the Four of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, and the Nine of Cups. Interesting. I like the jump there that we got. So, moving forward into your side here on how you feel, with the Six of Cups to the Five of Wands, I think that what bothers you the most is how quickly this person did a 180. You know, how quickly this person did a 180 on you, how their energy just changed so sporadically, right? Because they went from loving you and always wanting your attention and always wanting to be around you and wanting your love, and then instantly it was like, poof, Five of Wands. They were putting a giant like separation between the two of you, right? Seven of Wands is the overall energy. You felt like this person was pushing themselves away from you, and you felt like they were putting a block, like a cinder block, a wall between the two of you. So you were like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You know, this is weird how quickly this person changed, because at one point they were so receptive to you, and then they were kind of cold, you know? Your person here could have been attitudinal. They could have been very resistant. They could have been a person who caused problems, whatever it is that's happened. So it really is bothersome at how quickly things changed up. You know, you went from being in a good space, giving this person as much as you can, and then out of nowhere, they didn't seem to want it or need it anymore. And that sucks, because you had here Four of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. You know, you were working towards a relationship. And if you ever seen a Scorpio in love, Scorpios will work pretty damn hard to form a solidified relationship, to form a relationship that has a very solid foundation. And usually it takes a while for a Scorpio to be 100% trusting, and it takes a while for a Scorpio to be 100% vulnerable. But when you get a Scorpio to that point, they're very romantic, they're very lovey-dovey, they're very open, and they want to work on this to make it solidified. And I feel like you got to a point with this person where you were open with them, you were vulnerable with them, and you were looking to build a solidified relationship with them, but now that dream has kind of fell apart. And going back to the beginning of the reading, I touched basis about how a lot of you guys are having like a million thoughts a second, and you don't know how to just like explain your feelings because you're feeling so many different things. And you know, at the end of the day, you're kind of just processing what happened in this connection and what happened with this person. It's really just you processing it. That's why you may not have words for how you feel, because you're feeling a bunch of different feelings. And you know, with the Eight of Cups here to the Nine of Cups, you know, when you put 9 minus 8, that creates the Ace. So this is talking about love here. And from what I'm feeling, it's like, you know what? I walked away from this love. I walked away from this person. And maybe I got to take a step back and allow the Ace of Cups to be mine. Okay? Maybe I have to fill my cup first. So a lot of you guys have kind of drew yourself back and are focused on fulfilling yourself, which is something that this person has to do. So karmically, the relationship checks out as a karmic connection, or the connection. Maybe you guys never got to a relationship. But karmically, this all checks out. And here's why. The person you're dealing with needs to learn how to fulfill themselves. What happened when you and this person distanced and went away from each other? You started fulfilling yourself. So, the idea of this being a karmic connection can kind of show that maybe you are a role model in this situation, Scorpio. By you filling your own cup, by you being whole and complete in who you are, maybe that will rub off on this person so that they may understand that in order for them to find true love and to find a true connection, they have to find that love, that wholeness, and that acceptance within themselves. Otherwise, they're always going to be half empty, half full, searching for a second person to, complete them. And that's not the case. It's not going to happen. Two halves don't make a whole. And I know we think that way as humans sometimes. We feel that way. But it's a very temporary thing. I've met people, I guess, when I was younger that I felt completed me, but I recognized that completion was so temporary. There were people that complimented me for sure, and that is awesome. But there were so many people that I would sit there and be like, oh my God, you're my second half, you're this, that, and the third. But I recognized that was coming from one, a codependent place, and two, it wasn't true. It was very temporary, that temporary completion I felt. Because then eventually that feeling complete thing kind of went away until I learned to find it within myself. So anyways, man, Scorpio, you eventually walk away from this connection, redirect the focus to yourself, which is important. And I don't think you're heartbroken. You're not heartbroken here. I don't think you're heartbroken over this person. I think you are bothered because you did give this person a considerable amount of your time and a considerable amount of your love. But you're accepting the situation for what it is. And you're also recognizing, too, that because you are the Tower card, the cookie's got to crumble. You're recognizing that as a Scorpio, you've seen many things in your life basically shatter before you so that new things could be born, so that new things can grow. So you're just accepting this as a part of the process of your journey, and it is a part of the process of your journey. You're going to come across karmic connections. You're going to help teach lessons to other people. Other people are going to teach lessons to you. And unfortunately, this is just one of those other lessons. And you know what, though? I got to talk about this as well. Not to get too off topic, but every person is always learning something. So I know that there's going to be that one person that comments down below, I'm so fucking tired of the lessons. But bro, every connection that you're in, even with your soulmate, even with the person you end up marrying, is going to have lessons, because you will learn a lesson from anyone. You can learn a lesson from an animal. You can learn a lesson from a connection. You can learn a lesson from your mom or dad. You're going to learn lessons in every relationship you ever form, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So you're never going to escape them, But in regards to what's going on here, you were definitely teaching a lesson to this person that they have to value themselves and they have to find out how to be whole and complete in who they are. Or they're always going to be searching for a broken half, an empty half that's not going to fill them. Okay? So nonetheless here, Scorpio, like I said, I don't feel like you're heartbroken in this situation, but I definitely feel like, really, I had to come across this type of person. It had to be this type of connection. It's more so of just disappointment and you're bothered by it because you feel like it was a waste of your time. And I totally get where you're coming from, In regards to where energies are aligning between Scorpio and this person, let's take a look. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout May 2020. Where energies aligning, please, between Scorpio and the person that they are dealing with. Let's take a look here. So, boom, we got here Three of Swords. We also have the Hangman card in reverse, the Magician card, and the Fool card. So, with the Magician card, or not the Magician, with the Hangman card in reverse and the Three of Swords, remember how I kept reiterating you're not heartbroken, Scorpio? You're not. You're releasing any sort of pain from this connection. I think that at first, you're going to be processing this. It's going to be bothersome. Your emotions are going to be up and down. You're going to be experiencing so many different feelings. But then you're just going to get to this place where you kind of level out. And you're just like, it is what it is. But also here, with the Three of Swords to the Hangman card in reverse, I think this applies to the person you're dealing with. In the sense of, they have to release their pain, or they may be releasing their pain. And I think they also may be noticing that after they walk away from you, I think they might notice that they don't feel so complete. I feel like your person's going to have that realization. And let me tell you why. when I first pulled for how your person feels about you, when the Queen of Pentacles came out and the Knight of Wands came out, this person reflected and realized how much time you put into them, but they also realized how it still wasn't enough for them. So I think your individual here is going to have a realization of the fact that they feel like they're not complete. And I think they needed that realization. And the great thing about the Tower card is the Tower card always represents a massive realization. So I think your person here is going to see that they feel half empty and half full. And I think, excuse me, that was weird. Took a weird breath in. And I think that the person you're connecting with is going to realize that here. So that's definitely something that you are teaching them. You know, not only are you teaching this person how to fulfill themselves, you're showing them that they're half empty and half full. And with the Magician card here to the Fool card, you know, Scorpio, like I said, and how I mentioned earlier, the Tower card, right? In your life, you've seen things crumble and you've seen things be born. So you know that this is all about the process. You know that this current connection that you dealt with is something that is meant to be broken down in order for something new to come. So I feel like you're not sweating your future here. Scorpio, you know you'll meet another person. You know that there'll be another person that randomly appears in your life that you'll click with. You know that you'll meet someone new. So you're not even concerned or worried about meeting somebody new. I think just at the end of the day, you're a little ticked off about how the way things went down between you and this person. But you'll heal from that and you'll let it go. That's the good news here, okay? Because with the Fool card here, it talks about you letting it go and moving forward with your life and, you know, going with the flow of the universe. And that's where Scorpio's out. You know, you're not sweating it too hard. You're letting that connection kind of fizzle out. Like I said, you're agitated about it, you're annoyed about it, you're disappointed about it, but you're going to release it, okay? As for the overall outcome between Scorpio and the person they're dealing with, let's take a look here. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout May 2020. What is the overall outcome between Scorpio and the person they're dealing with? Boom, we got here Nine of Wands, we got here King of Cups, and we got here the World card. With the Nine of Wands energy being present, the outcome is that the person you're dealing with is not going to be able to hide that insecurity forever. They're not going to be able to hide that they are half empty, half full forever. So the person you're dealing with here is going to own up to themselves that they don't feel whole and complete and that something's got to change. So I like that your person will be coming to a realization here that they do not feel whole and complete. And on your side here, King of Cups and the World card. As for the outcome for you, Scorpio, you're taking your love elsewhere and you are definitely ready to meet somebody new. And both the World card and the Wheel of Fortune signify moving into a new cycle, meaning that there is another person on your path that you will be meeting shortly. So you're moving to new love, Scorpio, but also you are really tapping into the King of Cups, which means you are mastering your emotions. You are recognizing in a healthy way how to express love to yourself and how to express love to others. So I feel like you have been through plenty of times. I know my Scorpios have been through self-care, but I feel like now you're taking your self-care into your new relationships. You're recognizing that you still need to have an equal balance of love for yourself as well as the love that you're giving to other people rather than giving too much of yourself and feeling drained. So you're making sure to carry that moving forward into new connections and relationships so that you don't give too much to a person like you did in this situation. Because remember in the beginning, you gave too much to this individual to the point where eventually they became unappreciative of it. It didn't fulfill them any longer. And you were like, fuck, I just gave so much to this person for what? They didn't really care in the end, right? So you're going to take a look in your new connections on how to have that healthier balance where you give enough, right? You give what you're supposed to, but you make sure that you have some love back for yourself, you know? So you don't pour out your whole cup, basically, is what I'm seeing here, all right? But nonetheless, Scorpio, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Of course, if it resonates, let me know down in the comments down below. I apologize for a little bit of the frequent stuttering throughout this reading. It happens sometimes on my first reading of the day. I'm trying to get my words out, and sometimes I stumble over them, so I do apologize. But hope you guys are doing well and are looking at a fantastic month here. Like I said, I don't feel anything terrible from this reading. Nothing in regards to heartbreak or pain. It all feels positive. It feels like you're going to move past this connection rather quickly, and it feels like you're going to be vibing not only just with other people, but with yourself throughout the rest of the month. And it seems overall pretty chill. And hey, at the end of the day, you will be teaching this person a great lesson. They really have to look within themselves and change how they feel and learn how to find wholeness and completion within who they are, they have to go through that journey. And at least, you know, you've kind of prevented, if anything, prevented another person from being hurt because this individual doesn't have their shit figured out. You know, you may have prevented that. You never even know. So nonetheless, the person you're dealing with here is on a journey, and you seem to be chilling. You seem to be doing all right for yourself, Scorpio. So I like that a lot. Nonetheless, though, thank you guys so much for coming through. Thank you guys for popping out on the mid-months. I love that you guys came through and showed so much support in that reading. Hopefully, we can hit high numbers again here and keep that streak going. My Scorpios were the first ever people to really view my content on my channel when I first created it. So I always thank you guys for coming through. Have an awesome May, guys, and I will see you all during the mid-month. Much love to you all, and have a good day. Peace.